Hello, my name is Colin Gallagher, and I'm here for Reely. We use computer vision and deep learning artificial intelligence to improve the ways that sports leagues connect with their fans. All right, so we love sports, and we love that it's a huge market. But the landscape is shifting, and this has provided an amazing opportunity for innovation. Fans are increasingly cutting the cord, and content and viewership is shifting to mobile. And while sports leagues and content providers have more content than ever before, they're having a hard time utilizing this content and engaging fans in ways that are compelling to them. And part of this is tied to the fact that they have outdated processes that are very labor intensive. They still use dozens of editors and technicians to produce highlight clips hours after they've stopped trending. Our technology can help sports leagues and content providers optimize these processes and in the same time, hopefully capture a $300 million revenue opportunity. Our solution starts with an automated highlight generation system. And this uses computer vision and deep learning AI to instantly capture and automatically generate sports highlights from games. And this is important. Using AI is an important differentiator because it allows us to be uniquely agile. We can already capture highlights from 8 different sports at over 95% accuracy. And we can do all of this 12 times faster than real time. This technology will allow leagues to quickly and efficiently create, distribute, and monetize their content. Now, I want to give you guys an idea of kind of how we do this, just a little peek behind the curtain. We just took a completely random game. I believe this is Game 6 of the 2011 NBA Finals when the Dallas Mavericks won the championship. As you can see, we're doing score tracking. Down in the bottom left corner, you can see we have scene recognition that's augmented by a recurrent neural net. We have audio analysis. We have automatic replay detection. We have facial recognition, so we can tag these highlights. And it ports out to our, cloud-based platform where leagues can easily edit, personalize, monetize, and distribute this content via mobile and social platforms. So how are we going to make money? So our model is to license this software to league and content providers so they can monetize their content efficiently. And for smaller leagues who are usually priced out of these services, we're going to give them the same functionality at a fraction of the price and monetize their content by distributing it via our ready-made mobile app. This represents recurring revenue through licensing deals and also a home run opportunity by building a B2C fan base on mobile. So we know that this has a lot of applications and we're laser focused on sports highlights, but there's other applications in sports and outside of it. We're trying to build a world-class computer vision and deep intelligence, deep learning team so that we can turn video into data. Got a great team of successful entrepreneurs, advisors who have many years in content rights management and computer vision and AI experts. And that's about it for us. We appreciate your time, and we look forward to your questions.
Good job. Good job, Colin. So, Mark, you get to go first.
You've got a lot of competition in this space, obviously.
Yep.
What is it that's unique about your computer vision libraries?
Okay, so we've talked before, and you know that we're building on top of existing libraries. So basically, there's a bunch of toolkits, software toolkits out there. OpenCV, we're using OpenCV3, we're using Caffe, which is a product put out by Berkeley, and we're building on top of that. And some of the other computer vision startups in this space that have existed and that still exist don't really rely on machine learning and deep learning. A lot of them are just image processing units. They basically...
Well, okay, but you're so the point I'm trying to get to is what's unique to you guys, right? And so you're taking an off-the-shelf CV, which is fine, And now we need to get to the deep learning. So what is it that you're doing there that allows your application to get smarter on an ongoing basis?
Yep,
because there's a reason why you've had to train it for your 9 individual sports, right? Because every sport is completely different, and there's no deep learning or AI or machine, whatever you want, whatever application, however you want to define the algorithms, right? So what is it about what you're doing that's completely unique?
So you actually highlighted a little bit in that question, which is great. Other competitors are good at one sport, and whenever they have to go to a new sport, they have to completely rebuild from the ground up. The way our system works is incredibly agile because it relies on deep learning neural nets, recurrent neural nets. It uses bidirectional long short-term memory, just to throw a bunch of terms at you. But the fact of the matter is this is not quite a one-size-fits-all, but every time we go to a new sport, we're not rebuilding from the ground up.
You see the problem there, because you said in your model that you wanted to sell to the sports leagues. Right. So one of my companies, Sports Logic IQ, right, we talked about that does hockey. Hockey, and they're way ahead because everything that they've done is defined for hockey, and now they're big with the NHL. The NBA is already using companies, right? So if you're trying to be one size fits all or one size fits a lot, who are you going to sell to?
Well, so this is great because we can work with leagues like that, but this way we can also work with larger content providers, your ESPNs, your Sky Sports, things of that nature, because now we provide utility
but
across
all those have partnerships with the leagues, right? So we have partnerships with ESPN, we have partnerships with Turner that have, where it's a mutual sharing of technology. So I mean, I don't see it. I don't know what baseball is doing. Football, I think, is doing their own thing. Who are you going, with that in mind, is there enough business with all the other leagues?
Yeah, we think there is, and because specifically we're not relying on live stream data feeds, we're doing it at 100% computer vision. That's another differentiator. And that helps us because we can push lower into the market. Because we're just doing everything off computer vision, then we can push into prep sports and other leagues that don't have as good data streams. A lot of these offerings, WSC, as you know, uses live data stream. Now we can augment our technology and basically fact check and feed that data back into our neural net to say, hey, you did this one right and you didn't do this right using a live data stream. But we're already accurate enough that we can take a really kind of low quality production
Who's using it now?
So right now, this is why we're here, because we want to build out this technology, and we've been self-funding to this point. We are engaging with Eversport Media is a partner of ours. We've signed an agreement with them, and then we're helping to build this technology out across a bunch of their different sports. And that's been great because that's a good utilization of our entire end-to-end content platform. Working a lot of different sports, going to put it out on our mobile app. We're talking with a big network in Europe to do Premier League for them, and then also talking with specific teams, an MLS team here in the States and a Premier League team over in Europe as well, that want to white label the app and possibly utilize this for their own stuff. So there are a lot of customers out there, and we can also double dip.
I just wanted to see where you're going.
Okay, hey, Brian, you're a basketball guy, so I know you named your son after Baron.
Real quick, you're going after the B2B market, you're going after the B2C market. Anytime I hear that from a startup, I get very nervous. It almost killed us at LegalZoom, truthfully. At LegalZoom, I remember we were doing B2C, and we were noticing that certain customers were ordering like 23 divorces, right? We're like, who are these people? They ended up being lawyers, right? Lawyers outsourcing their work to LegalZoom and just cranking out their work on LegalZoom. And we're like, that's a great market, let's do that too, right? So we launched Proxy Law, almost killed us because you lose focus, right? And now you're splitting resources. It's almost two entire different businesses. We started hiring salespeople to go knock on doors of big law firms. It was a mess. So when I hear that, B2B and B2C, is there one that's more of a focus than the other? Hopefully, I don't know.
Yes, 100%. B2B is our main focus, and this is why I'm not showing you the mobile app and things like that. We have it, it works, but the fact of the matter is we want to go after those B2B customers because we want that recurring licensing revenue. Even in our financial models, we don't really model the B2C app stuff other than the costs associated with how much time or how much AWS costs are associated with video views and things like that. We look at the cost. We don't even look at the possible monetization. While we think there's a substantial opportunity there, we know we need to focus on B2B, but there needs to be a way for us to be able to use this software for the rest of the market. The top part of the market can pay these software licensings and can allow us to hire extra engineers using that licensing revenue, can hire specific representatives. But for that other part of the market, the larger part, another 80% of that market, they don't have a way a lot of them don't have a way to cut the highlights right now. They don't have the money to do it, and they probably wouldn't be able to afford those same software licenses. So we wanted to make a way that would allow us to provide them a similar or same level of service, but also recoup our investment on that.
That makes sense. Dana, you had a question.
Just a quick question. Is the $300 million opportunity, is that across all sports? Is that?
Yeah, so again, we have 3 business school nerds on there, and so we love to make financial models.
Yeah.
But so we went through and we spoke with a lot of people at ESPN and a couple other leagues and talked about, okay, what's your typical labor setup for a game? And we added all those up, how many games are going on, all the major providers, the top 58 providers, and we said, just in labor costs alone, and then you add in office space and editing suites and things like that, this is $300 million that's going into this on a yearly basis for those top 58 leagues.
Just strikes me as small. I mean, across all of those.
We think it's bigger,
yeah.
but at the same time, if I tell you sports content rights generate $32 billion a year,
Yep.
I come up and say that, and you guys are like, oh, this guy's out of his mind.
All right,
Fair
Colin.
point.
Amazing. Your time is up.
Thanks.
Great presentation.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, judges.